So, George, I mean, I'm kind of, I don't know why I'm flabbergasted after all this time, but I mean, Kevin McCarthy saying that nobody's questioning the legitimacy of the election. Does that make any sense to you?
Not at all. I mean, he visited a guy in Mar-a-Lago, Florida, at the Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, who basically has been doing nothing but issuing statements for the last several weeks, challenging the results of the election and claiming
he's not just issuing statements. He's interrupting people's weddings and speaking at banquets about this. I mean, it's like he'll do bar mitzvahs, he'll do brisses, he'll do anything where he can talk about this.
No, it's gotten to be completely absurd. And this is what we'll talk about McCarthy. I mean, McCarthy knows better. On January 16th, the day that Trump was impeached the second time around, he was on the floor of the House and he said that President Trump bore responsibility for what happened on January 6th because he was making, false statements about the election, and that Trump should be censured. And now they're trying to memory hole everything that's happened. They're trying to memory hole what happened on January 6th. And he completely is that they're getting rid of Liz Cheney because she won't let them do that. And there's good reason for her not to let them do that. You saw that poll that you just posted that 70% of Republicans believe that the election was stolen. And that's just an incredible amount of deception that has been successful. And it's unhealthy for our democracy. And Liz Cheney has been saying some things that are should absolutely be totally unobjectionable and uncontroversial, that the election wasn't stolen, that Joe Biden was legitimately elected, and that to say otherwise and to perpetuate these lies and not to contradict these lies is dangerous to our democracy.
Also, to hear these congressmen just, debase themselves with these lies. The Republican Party used to consider themselves, the former president considers himself the law and order president and a big supporter of police officers. These congresspeople who probably claim they are big supporters of law enforcement as well. They're pretending that law enforcement was not being attacked by the former president's supporters at the Capitol that day. They are. It's just shameless what they are doing. They are trying to rewrite history of what happened, and it is taking it's a page from the playbook of the former president. You repeat a lie enough, and people start to believe it.
Absolutely, and it's just a complete and utter disgrace. These people all know better. They lived through this. And they saw the violence up close. They were the ones who had to hide in the basement of the Capitol building out of fear of being assaulted. And for them to pretend that it didn't happen and that these people who were breaking and entering and assaulting police officers were simply acting like normal tourists on a walk on the mall, it is just too much to bear.